Hard to believe, 29 years ago, O.J. Simpson not guilty. It seems like that trial lasted forever and a day. It touched on everything: race, sex, class, justice. What could you do? What could you not? Divisive of people were split. He passed this past April, and it still is almost like time stood still. It's interesting, and some people were very not well spoken of him. I let it be known, not guilty. Nothing has changed with me. Nothing. As a matter of fact, I doubled and tripled down that I know he didn't do it because the timeline didn't add up. And then when you get the phone records of when the said call when Nicole was talking to her mother and the ice cream that didn't melt and the timing didn't add up. But people are divided in ways racially, and that's the big thing. That's what it comes down to. Ironically, he was seen as a crossover product pitchman, incredible running back. And do you know some people hold that against him when they talk about his greatness and his magnitude because they somehow don't want to give him his due. He should have, he should, as I did videos that are coming, he should have been, his number should have been replicated on the Bills jersey and USC numbers. He meant too much money. It meant too much to too many people. And as an entertainer, etc. So when people try to downplay, that shows you how it is, how they ostracize you, how they act like they don't know you. That's the sad reality. But the verdict was must see TV. It played itself out. And did the prosecution have it directly? Can't say they did because Mark Furman was one of the worst disgraces for a person and everything that came out in the tapes. Everything got countered. You know, there's a lot of things that did not add up. And it was the only verdict that could have came up. And you know, and I say this wholeheartedly, I don't be looking at these celebrities like some heroes, you know. We get excited. We get excited about black folks' success in the industry and people. You know, I think the thing that hit with OJ more than anything, if all honesty, is because you're not supposed to be able to protect yourself when you're black. You in that line, you make money to blow money or do all that, but you're not supposed to be able to counter in your time. You know when they say save your money for a rainy day? Oh, he had rain, thunder, and lightning, and hail too, but he was covered. That's what burned folks up more than anything because it was unheard of to see someone black to be in a position where they could undeniably take care of themselves. And did he come through in a real way with the dream team with Johnny Cochran, Robert Shapiro, F. Lee Bailey? You know, a lot of heavyweights there. Christopher Darden and Marshall Clark on the prosecuting side. But their case had holes in it. It was janky and it was bad. And yes, they came back on the when they got it in the civil, which I do believe that after OJ, that's how they come after folk, you know. But the nod to OJ and the Michael Jackson, that's how they come after them. But they get the civil. But the thing about it is, people who don't accept the verdict or whatnot, and yet they will be the first to tell you how great the United States is, and if you don't believe it, leave, and all that and everything. But yet they couldn't accept the verdict, and then to this day, wishing that ill on that man. They were wishing some ill on that man. To this day, can't get it out their system because he flipped the script. He flipped it. It's funny how when people say don't dwell on the past, don't do that, comes to him though, it's interesting. You know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. But he definitely got people polarized in post. And it's a shame. But people can't separate the two. They talk a good game. They can't separate the two. Try to talk a good game. Can't separate the two if they wanted to. But like I said before, I had no problem with what the verdict because you follow the situation. That was the only logical conclusion. That was there. Stuff didn't add up. Now what happened in Vegas and he got in trouble, and he set himself up for getting his own stuff, which was crazy in itself. Because I just said I still feel that was payback. But that whole charge and that whole thing. But the thing about it is I saw shots that were the photos that were taken, photo shots that were taken of him when he was incarcerated in LA, there was no marks on his body. He had that one cut on his finger. He had nothing else on him, no physical. So if you were reading about what had happened, Nicole and Ron attacked, fought back. There was nothing visible with him. No one has been able to dispute the facts. There was no marks on him. No one's been able to dispute, they wouldn't talk about the timeline, all the other stuff. So you got to make some sense. He would have been like the Hertz commercials, even though he had arthritis. He's arthritic when he was walking, very noticeable. Even though he was younger and better shape when he was at the court uh, in '94, he had definitely physical overwhelmed. He was not the way he was in the mid to late '70s, and it was noticeable. But where were you if you were around 29 years ago, and how do you remember it, and what have your thoughts been? And I'm curious. And again, you think what you want to think. I'm going to always say not guilty because I looked at what I saw as the facts concrete. And I was steady on it then. I'm even more double, tripling down with it now. But there ain't no hero worship or nothing like that because there was a lot of stuff that was not cool. And the things that went on should not have gone on. And I can only hope and pray that he repent. But his family deserves to move on and everybody's. But I had no problem with what happened with the verdict because it was logical sense. And again, like I said, timeline and everything else didn't tie. Just let me know what you think. How you remember 29 years later. Please hit that like, hit subscribe. Welcome thoughts and comments. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share the video if you like. Hit that membership. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Stay real. Stay true. Stay woke. On my one-time peace.